You nervous?
Hell yeah. I get cold when I'm nervous, so like my body's like shivering.
You're stupid. All right. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Shooting Fadeaways. I'm your host, Peter, and today I got another guest on the show. I don't know how to explain, but he's whack. He's whack. He's whack. No, I'm just kidding. This is my buddy, one of my closest friends. We've only known each other for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, not too long. Ever since I moved up here.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so this is my buddy Gene, aka Twitter Fingers. We'll get into that later about his name, Twitter Fingers.
Which I like a lot.
But yeah, man. So introduce yourself.
Yo, everyone, I'm Gene. I grew up in California. I was born in Vietnam. Moved over here to get a better life. You know, the family wants your kids to have a better life.
You were born in Vietnam?
Hell yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
I was there for I grew up for 6 months there. So, you know, I grew up in California since I was 1, basically. But I still have an accent. I don't talk English that well. I don't know why. Anyways.
What the hell? I thought you were born in Cali the whole time.
No. Actually, went to the Philippines for like a few months because you had to get transferred. Your paper document. You know, I don't know that life. But
what the hell?
Yeah, Phoenix and then California mainly my whole life.
I've been making fun of your girl about her being a fob, and all this long you were one too.
Yeah, not that fresh though. Not that fresh off the boat.
Yeah. Well, how old are you right now?
I'm turning 29 April 1st.
Yeah. The joke.
April Fool's baby.
The joke.
Yeah.
The joke. The joke of the family.
And it goes well with my personality because I like to joke around a lot, mess around a lot. So yeah, I get to say.
But you can't handle my jokes.
It's too much.
He goes MIA, guys, every time I make fun of him. Damn. I really didn't know that you were freaking a fob.
Yeah.
Well, technically you're not. You aren't fresh though. Damn, man. Everyone's gonna be like, this guy was born in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Damn. But anyways, pretty much how we met. Well, my perspective how we met is through my buddy Lung on the previous episode. So they're actually cousins on his mom's side.
On my mom's side.
Yeah. Something like that. We don't need to get into detail with that. But yeah, he introduced me to Gene. I think we went bowling.
Yeah, I met you at bowling. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, and I looked, I was like, what the hell? I was like, another Vietnamese guy? He looked Korean to me.
Which I was way into K-pop and dressing up like Korean, so yeah, I could say
why.
I played
Disgrace.
pretty well.
Lung, if you're listening to this, that's a disgrace, man. He's screwing up our Southeast Asian man. Oh yeah, I've never really introduced who I was before, but yeah, I'm Cambodian. That's why I said the Southeast Asian family. But yeah, man, let me. Is that how you really thought that we met? We met through bowling, right?
Yeah, it was like a couple of games because we met the first week. I was pretty quiet. I was like, I don't know this guy, and then after another week, we started talking. I think it was you because you're very outgoing, so you start talking to me. So like, he's pretty chill. He's cool.
Oh yeah. I don't know when to shut up sometimes. So
yeah, and the funny thing is, I only hang out with Lung because my mom begged Lung to hang out with me.
That's a good thing though, because you didn't really hang out with anybody though.
Yeah, because I'm new over here. I've moved to. Are we allowed to say we're in Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be too specific.
Yeah, move up to Washington for a job. So, you know,
see, I didn't know
anyone. Yeah, didn't know anyone. My mom begged my cousin to be like, hey, hang out with Gene. He needs somebody. I was like, seriously, Mom?
It's kind of funny though, because I remember when Lung was like, he was like, yeah, I gotta go hang with my cousin. He moved here from Cali, and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't go hang out with him at that time because I guess he wanted to take you out. Mm-hmm. Where did he take you out? Casino?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And we went eating. What's that place called? Joe's.
Bob's Burger.
Bob's Burger. Oh,
that's our inside joke. We call it Joe's Burger.
And I still believe it's Joe's Burger.
Oh man, that's me trolling him. That was me trolling him. That's another story. I can't tell you about it. Inside jokes. But yeah, so it was bowling that pretty much got us to hang out, and then after that, we just started kicking it more, going out to eat. Gene met a girl and she got whipped and just stopped hanging out with us. But yeah, man, let's get right into it, man. So you don't really follow too much on basketball, but you do follow a lot on football because of fantasy wise. But did you play a lot though? Back in Cali?
Talking about football or basketball?
Basketball.
Yeah, so I started playing basketball in middle school. So, elementary school going to middle school, it's kind of rough. Like going from having lots of friends in elementary to middle school where you know nobody. So basketball was kind of like my way out of being a loner. You could say I had no friends. So I had no friends. I went to play basketball. That's how I made friends. And they're kind of like basketball friends. You have different type of groups of friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I definitely can relate. Because back in even high school, it was high school, I had my hooper friends that I always hooped with, and then I did have my super close friends, like Tino. Tino was definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He's the first guy that I pretty much met when I moved up here, but he didn't play too much basketball. He was more of a football guy, but I had my hooper friends, and then anytime that I wasn't hanging out with them, it usually would with Tino, Tommy, and a couple other them. Yeah, so I definitely know you got your hooper friends and you got your other friends.
Yeah, and I was I was the annoying hooper friend. I'll be running around screaming and just trying to get quick. Oh, the hell! What was I doing? So we're gonna edit this part, right?
No, hell no, we're keeping this shit.
I was the annoying guy, just screaming a lot, joking a lot. Everyone's like, "Oh man, he's so annoying." Because a lot of people they want to play 5v5, right? Like a traditional way. Yeah. I'm like, hey, more people, more better. We'll fill up the court with 10 versus 10, and they'll hate me.
That doesn't even make sense. That's something you do in elementary, man.
Yeah. Now, I still did it in middle school until high school. That's when it got serious. Oh, yeah, 5v5.
What the hell? All right, so he pretty much started playing more in middle school just because of that was your thing, trying to meet with new people, I guess.
And I had a mad crush on this Vietnamese girl that was playing basketball. She was in the magnet program, so I was playing with a bunch of magnet kids.
Was she hot?
She was hot.
Okay, your hot's different from my hot, but what's
she
her
was
name?
so hot that she did not want to talk to me.
Oh, damn. What's her name?
Michelle.
Michelle. I've never met a Vietnamese Michelle.
Michelle, yeah. She was hot.
What the damn? Okay. So you played basketball just to get a girl, and it didn't work out. You're lucky that your current girlfriend right now is not listening.
She was not hot. She was hot that time.
She'll probably get jealous, huh?
She'll get really jealous.
She's a psycho, man. She's a psycho. Your girlfriend's a psycho. Tell her to listen to this.
No.
She's a psycho. Well, yeah, man. So you played middle school, and you played in high school, right?
Yeah, I was in a team for a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was the bench guy. The guy they throw in when we're losing.
So you're the end of the bench.
Yeah. I had a really bad moment. So we were down, I think 3 points. Sorry, 3 point.
Yeah.
We were down 3 point. The coach was like, all right, team, who's the best 3-point shooter? They pointed at me. I was like, what the fuck? So they gave me the clutch moment when I'm the bench guy that barely gets 7 minutes per game.
Yeah.
They put me in. The coach was like, all right, stand right here. Wait till they pass you the ball. So they started to play. They threw the ball at me. I'm wide open, really wide open.
You missed, didn't you?
I didn't even shoot. I saw a guy coming at me, running at me. I freaked out.
How'd you get scared?
Because they give me 7 minutes for a game. I'm in the spotlight, man. Everyone's watching. There's a huge gap. That guy's probably 10 feet away from me, running towards me. And I had probably 3 seconds to shoot. I freaked out, hold the ball, held down, and the coach was like, what are you doing? Shoot. And I just passed the ball to another teammate.
What the hell, man?
He missed, so he got the blame because everyone thought it was supposed to be him.
Yeah.
But the coach knows it was me.
Oh, man. You're actually not a good jump shooter, though. You're more like, you like to drive it in more.
Yeah, I'm more of a Jeremy Lin type.
So sucks. Good for 3 games and he's done for the rest of his life.
Basically.
No, Jeremy Lin's, he's a good player. He's, but the whole Jeremy Lin hype was a little too much for me. I knew that Linsanity was just an Asian guy.
Yeah.
That no one, knew, and then everyone just got hyped on it. So that's why he's a good player, but he's not great.
I got really hyped on him.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You picked up him in the first year of fantasy, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
Because he's Asian.
And I can relate how he plays because that's how I play. I like driving in, using my speed and try to juke.
Yeah. So so Gene is pretty much a Ben Simmons guy. He's a Ben Simmons. He cannot shoot a 3 if his life depended on it. and I see him shoot.
But I tried more threes than Ben Simmons.
That's true. Hey, Ben Simmons. Speaking of Ben Simmons, he was I think like everyone. It's the joke of the NBA right now when he has the ball like the last second of each quarter or something like that, and he just throws it up half court. They're like, "Oh, he shot a three!
Yeah.
He shot a three!" Oh man. So yeah. So like we said, you didn't follow much on basketball, but you did play it a lot. But did you follow any basketball teams when you were in Cali?
Yeah, of course, I had to follow the Lakers because they had all those rings back in the years.
Freaking Lakers. You can count on California to love the Lakers. except Kings fan, Warriors fan, and that's pretty much it. Everyone knows the Clippers fan are deep down Laker fans.
Yeah, no one, even if the Clippers did well, everyone was into the Lakers, no matter how well the Clippers did.
Yeah.
The Lakers was the team to like.
It's the Laker show, man. It's the Laker show.
Yeah.
Now, everyone knows the Warriors, and the Warriors are running California right now. I don't know. It's the Laker show. It's the Laker show. Oh, man. It's kind of cold.
Yeah, it is. But though, I have to say, I really like the Clippers this year until they traded away Tobias Harris.
Stupid
They
trade.
had so much potential.
Stupid trade. That was the dumbest trade. They could have made the playoffs with him, but they choked. I was like, come on, why are you going to trade him? You're not getting anybody from the Sixers, really. And the Sixers pretty much traded, like, everybody to build a championship team. They picked up Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, so that's good. And you got Ben Simmons and Bede playing together. So all the four. And I don't know who the other guy is. Oh, JJ Redick pretty much is the next
and
guy.
Ben Simmons is doing pretty good. He's playing point guard right now, right?
Yeah, Ben Simmons is a point guard. He's like a point forward. He can he's so tall, that's why. And that's why he's able to get where he is, because he's so tall, but he has great handles. So.
And you say he never played point guard really much before.
Yeah, he never did, but they always gave him the ball. Like when he was in LSU, he did have the ball a lot, so we knew he was going number one. I knew he was going number one. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons number one, but he did miss his rookie year. But that's another story. Another story about his quote unquote rookie year. Yeah. So what was like your favorite basketball move? Like let's say your go-to move since you played a lot.
My go-to move?
Yeah. Do you like crossover going left or going right?
Yeah, I'll do like how MJ does, where he try to cross over left,
Mm-hmm.
he goes right, and he goes left again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a double take.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Whole bunch of fake takes.
Yeah.
What do you call that? So when you get the ball, before you dribble, you kind of like flitch.
Oh, jab step?
Yeah.
Jab step, yeah, jab step.
Yeah.
That's the move. The jab step.
Jab step.
Oh man. Oh, all right. So let's get into the real conversation. So, background story. Before we even get to the problems about it, I mentioned in previous episodes that there were problems in fantasy basketball that we had, and the problem who I had it with was with this guy Gene, aka Twitter Fingers, and we still won't get into the name right now. We won't get into that name, Twitter Fingers, yet. But let's just get into it with just fantasy itself in general. What made you get into fantasy basketball?
I'm a very competitive guy, and like playing with a group of friends. You guys invited me. I really enjoy fantasy football, so I'm like, why not? It's off season for football. Let's join basketball. And ever since I got in, I fell in love with it. It was fun. Keeping up. You get to see the games every day instead of waiting till Sunday for football or like a few days for football.
Yeah.
NBA is pretty much almost every day except for like some of the holidays or something like that.
Yeah, so some of the holidays and All-Star Weekend break.
Yeah, and I have so much time, so I love keeping track of the players, watching minutes to minutes, seeing what they're doing, watching their points go up.
Yeah, definitely.
So very competitive. Just love watching the game.
Yeah, remember our first year that we did it all together. Half of us, we all knew each other, and the other half was like another group of friends that we did.
That was horrible.
It was a horrible year. There was so much drama.
We had to quit halfway. They cut the season.
They quit. We didn't quit. They freaking quit. And then it was kind of funny though, because me and Randy, your brother, we're in the top two, I believe. We didn't play each other yet. We were supposed to play each other, playing for that number one position, and that's when the season cut off, and we never knew who was gonna win.
Yeah.
We never
Were
knew.
you guys both undefeated? I think.
No, I wasn't undefeated.
Uh-huh.
I think Randy was.
Randy was undefeated.
Randy was undefeated because at that time, that's when it was a couple years ago. Giannis, nobody knew Giannis would be that player.
Yeah.
He picked him up just randomly.
Yeah.
And I was what was I? What the heck was I? I was the last pick. I was the last pick of the draft that year, and it was like 12 of us, 12 total.
I think so. Yeah.
6 of them and 6 of us. So I had the last pick, and everyone passed up Anthony Davis, and so obviously I picked him up, and then I picked Isaiah Thomas up right after because I get back-to-back picks on the snake draft. That's the year Isaiah Thomas was in the top 5 for MVP. So that's why I was dominating. I was in second place the whole entire time because I didn't get to play Randy yet, and then the chance when I could play Randy, the season ended because there was drama between our side with their side about trades going on. I mean, we did do some stupid stuff just to piss them off.
Yeah.
And they were, I guess they got upset with something, and it just didn't work out. So we end up canceling the league, and then we decided the following year that we were just going to set it up ourselves. And then we had 8 people. So we had 8 people. We tried to get 10 people because that's usually better. But we had the following year we had 8 people. It worked out. It was working out fine, and I set up the rules. I made it pretty brutal. I think it was only 12-man roster.
Yeah.
With only 1 waiver a week. I wanted to make the league as in you play what you got, and then that's when Gene pretty much complained after the season started when he already knew the rules. He knew the rules. Tell me you did not know the rules. Because
I skimmed through the rules.
No, you should have checked it. I always
It kept changing. I'm like, I don't know.
It didn't change. It was set, and then we drafted, and then we never changed it after that. But anyways, Gene he loves the waiver pool. He loves the free agents. He loves all of that. That's what fantasy is. It's finding that deep player, and pretty much building a great team from it. But I didn't want the league to be like that, and a lot of people didn't. And we set up these rules, and everyone knew the rules apparently except for Gene. Mm-hmm. And so we had to change it for him. Well, we didn't have to, but he was just complaining. I was like, whatever, let's just make it easy. And
we compromised.
Yeah, we compromised. We added two more waivers, so it was 3 waivers total. And then we couldn't make the bench bigger because the draft was already done. Pretty much, Gene wins that year because we changed the rules for him.
And I'm gonna win this year too.
He's not gonna win this year.
I'm gonna win this year too.
You're not gonna win this year.
We'll see.
Dude, we're in the playoffs, me and you, but we're in the bottom 2 of the playoffs. We're playing against Lung and Timmy, and they get pretty high numbers right now. And you got a good team too. I mean, you actually got a really great team. The producing is just not there, and you're gonna get to the point where it just happened. It just happened to me, where resting just started. KD just missed KD just missed a game because he's resting. It sucks because as it progressed in the next few weeks, some of our star players, especially mine and yours, when you look at it, the Warriors, they're gonna rest.
Yeah.
We have Warrior players in our team, and so we're gonna lose that 40 points right there. And to go against Timmy and Lung, all their players are fighting, trying to get to the number 2 better home field or home court. Like, he got Embiid, Embiid's gonna rest, but he got Giannis. Lung's got Giannis, man, and he's killing it. And they're gonna keep on playing the way they're playing, and he's not gonna rest because they want to hold that number 1 seed in the East. And then you got Timmy, he got freaking Westbrook, and him and his triple doubles, those are killers.
Yeah.
Like just getting 20, 10, 10. It's like that's 40 points plus your triple double points. It's freaking nuts. I mean, we all got a good chance. To be honest, I don't think I do. I got hit with the injury again. Come on, I lost Victor Oladipo. That's a big blow.
Oh, that was a big one.
But yeah, so I lost him. I don't know. It's pretty much a toss up. We're in the playoffs. As long as if you make it to the top 2, you're getting money. So you're getting money in the top 2.
That's why I'm tanking the last few weeks.
Yeah, this asshole right here. I wasn't paying attention because it was a 60-game week because of fantasy, or not fantasy, All-Star break. So it was 2 weeks. And I noticed that he wasn't playing his games, and I was like, oh, he's getting a score lower than me right now. He should be ahead of me. What he was doing is he's playing his playoff position, as in he's looking ahead when the playoff starts and see which players are playing the most games that week, and find out that he's losing on purpose so he can play Lung, because Lung has an easier week. Gene has a better week of playing Lung that week instead of Timmy. And then I was like, damn it, I'm trying to lose now too. But the thing is, if me and him are tied, I hold a tiebreaker. So that's why he lost on purpose against me. Technically, I can lose this week, which I will lose this week. And who are you playing this week?
This week?
Yeah.
80 burner account.
So,
and there's a rule where he has to play 30 games.
Yeah, he has to play 30 games. But I can play like the losers on the team. And then you play Lung the last week. Hopefully Lung wins. I'm hoping you beat the burner count, hoping I lose this week. And then next week I play Tino. I don't know if I want to win, but I need to win because I need to score points, because we do have a points allowed, which is technically a defense. Whoever has the lowest gets money. And I'm pretty much close to Lung.
Yeah,
right now, yeah. So as long as I can score some points on him right now, I'll be good. And if Tino doesn't really play because they're out of the playoffs, I can get that. I can get that money.
Yeah, you at least get something.
Yeah, I try to get something. But yeah, so yeah, pretty much that's our fantasy. I gotta go back. Pretty much our fantasy. After that year that we end up quitting with the other guys, when we started our own, so we did have problems on that, and Gene won. I pretty much was deciding, how do I make the league better for this coming up year with compromising with everybody. To me, how I look at it is that if everyone loves the rules, it works. If everyone hates the rules, it works. Because you can't, if everyone hates it, then to me, it's a good thing. And then everyone loves it, it's also a great thing because everyone agrees. So then I'm doing something right. But if everyone hates it and I change something, that means only some people might like it. Then it kind of screws it up. So I'd rather have everyone love it or everyone hate it. Then I know I'm doing something right with the league. Yeah, so the season started this year. We drafted back in October. I set up the rules. I wrote the rules. I made this official. Like, remember, I wrote it all on a document and stuff.
Yeah.
I set it up as $5 waivers. So I compromised. Some of the people don't really do waivers like you do, or they don't really pay attention so deep into it. And we're all friends, so I got to make it fair because we're all friends. And so I was like, all right, $5 waivers. It seems to work out fine with these $5 waivers, like pretty much money is not a thing right now with you, me, and Gene. Oh, not Gene, freaking John, which John's an idiot. I'm just going to keep on saying this every episode. John's an idiot. I don't know what he's doing. He's last. He can't really go anywhere, but he actually has a good chance of winning at the loser bracket.
Yeah, his team looks really good.
His team is good. Now it looks good because he's healthy.
Yeah.
But it could have been better. He could have been better if he drafted certain players right. If he took the Joker, and then if he took Embiid, that would have been crazy pick. Or if he took the Joker and then he picked up who else, Paul George, Steph Curry or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we did tell him to not take a Warriors in the first round, just because it is kind of sketchy. But as a second pick, I would have took Curry. I would have took Curry.
Yeah, he skipped on Curry.
Yeah, he skipped on a lot of players. So, but it's his first year of fantasy basketball, so he's just learning. But he's still an idiot for doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, our fantasy did $5 waivers. I bumped up the bench to 15, 15. And then I gave one IR. So IR is an injury reserve. If your player's out, you can put him in there and still pick up another player. So you'll technically have a total of 16 players.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's off of IR, you have to take him out. And then if you don't have a player that's out, you obviously have to drop him. So that's kind of fun. I like the IR. It does help, especially your star players. Your star players, you can, if they're hurt, just throw them in there and pick somebody up. Yeah, and then that's pretty much how I set it up. It went smooth. It was still going smooth. There's really no problems, but I did added some rules later on, and then Gene, the asshole he is, found some loopholes, and I was like, damn, I gotta adjust these loopholes now. It worked out fine though. Like when we adjusted it, we pretty much this year we made the rules to make it fair, where Gene can't find a lot of loopholes or complain about waiver, because waiver's unlimited, but you just gotta pay.
Yeah.
Like you gotta pay to play.
So I'm already like into $100 of waiver fees.
You're into 100. Yeah. I'm close to 100. John, he's over 100. John's over 100.
And he's last place.
Yeah, he's last place, which is it's crazy. I mean, it's his money. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I try to protect him, but I did protect him. So I'm letting everybody know right now, I protect him. I gave him a $15 free waiver on me. And he used it up quick. just to help him out. But I'm done protecting him. I'm done protecting people, man. No, I'm just kidding. Like, I have to protect everyone in this league because I am the GM. And, so I gotta make sure it's fair, because I hold 2 votes, because we do have a burner account, and I can cancel any trade. And in your opinion, did I make it fair when I set up the rules, as in like how I ran as a league manager?
Yeah,
not a league manager, but a GM. General manager.
Yeah, you're doing a pretty good job as a commissioner.
Yeah,
commissioner GM. I'm still not liking that $5 waiver rule, because it's targeted on me.
It is, but look at me, dude. I'm third. I'm third in money spent. And if you think about it, the people that don't want to spend money, they can't complain about it though. You know, it's unlimited. You can pick up players, but you just gotta spend money. And I made it to where, like, hey, if you got Gene was getting a lot of waivers, so let's let him spend money and give a chance to win more money. I tried to make it fair as possible. I kind of want to bump it up to $10 next year.
Man.
But we'll see on that.
And you wanted to lower the bench too.
Yeah, I wanted to lower the bench.
Back to like last year, which was fun.
Yeah, I think that was fun. 12, and then do waiver wires. More people will do waiver wires. I just want people to be active. That's my thing. It's like, be active on fantasy. Just look more. And then when there's if there's trades happening, if you don't like it, veto it, you know? Like, stuff like that. I just need people to be more active, because when people aren't, I have to fix the problem, you know? Yeah. Like, the whole, like, T and John's trade, remember? Even yourself, you don't like to veto trades, but it was an unfair trade.
Yeah, that's true.
It was an unfair trade. No one really paid attention. You know, some people thought it was fair, as in, like, Lung thought it was fair, which is nothing wrong. If he thinks it's fair, it's fine. In my perspective, as the commissioner, I have to make it fair, because this is John's first year. And what I was doing, I was protecting John from that trade. It obviously didn't work out for him, because I vetoed the trade. I canceled it. But then when his player got hurt and he kind of got screwed over. But you can't predict injuries. You literally cannot predict injuries, you know? So as a commissioner, I try to protect every player. We're all friends, you know? When it comes to money, we do think like, oh shit, man, if there's money involved, we gotta, you know, like, you know, it's money. Nobody wants to lose $100 to a game to a fantasy game, you know? So I try to make it fair as possible. From my perspective, I think I'm doing great, because as when there's a problem, I text everybody. I let everybody know, you know, that there's a problem. There's one problem that I remember we talked about a few months ago when we were playing basketball. John wanted commissioner, like rotate commissioners. And the thing with rotating commissioners is, it's okay, but everyone has to be a commissioner then. Everybody has to be a commissioner, and then everyone has to pay attention. And the problem with that is, like I said earlier, no one was really paying attention, right? No one really paid attention too much. It was just me, you, John, and then, you know, Timmy kind of does his own thing, but he does pay attention. It just throws it off, because it's like, okay, so we got 4 guys that I know it's going to be okay with commissioners, but what about the other 3 or 4 guys? Yeah. How are they going to run it, you know? So that's the problem. I didn't want that. And I know for sure Timmy doesn't want to be commissioner. He said it before. He's like, I don't want to be commissioner, because he doesn't want to deal with that stuff. And if he runs commissioner, everyone's going to go through me, then I have to go through Timmy, because everything already goes through me. Even last year, remember last year, it just went through me and I wasn't even commissioner. For me, I'd rather just have me be commissioner, because if I'm not, then I'm not going to really worry about anybody else. Do you think other people are going to worry about other teams? Yourself, you probably won't pay attention too much to John's thing, right?
Oh man, John's crazy, so I can't really trust whatever he does.
Exactly, right? That's what I'm saying. And then Lung kind of does his own thing too. Which I did talk to him, and he was like, yeah, he definitely try to be more active, which he has now, which he definitely has. Tino,
he doesn't exist.
He doesn't. Tino, I know you're listening to this. That's a fact. You did not exist in fantasy. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with that. Maybe on another episode you can explain yourself. We'll let you explain yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much how I set it up. Try to make it fair, and then those are some of the problems we had this year. We'll definitely try to fix it. Actually, we will fix it. We'll definitely fix it. Like the whole commissioner thing, I'm not. There's no way we're gonna do commissioners every year. I think it's just too complicated.
Yeah, I think you're doing good, and I'll be happy if you continue being commissioner following years.
Yeah, and I made it fair because my vote is I hold a lot of power with voting, and I let everyone know that how I'm gonna vote, or like if I'm not gonna vote, like how it's set up. If it's not fair, obviously I'll take over, so no one has to worry about it. But if it looks fair, I'll let everyone know, like, hey, I think it's fair, but if you guys don't, then let me know. So if the whole league doesn't like it, then they gotta let me know. So that's where the miscommunication happens a lot. But I think we fixed it. It's kind of died down because now it was like the past 2 months, it's been kind of smooth. Everyone's been playing, so it's been really smooth. So that worked out. So that's pretty much our fantasy right now. So we got Lung, Timmy, me, and Gene in the playoffs. So those are the top 4. There's nobody else can take our spots just because we clinched it, and there's only 2 weeks left. Yeah, this week and next week's left. Yeah, next week's left. All right, so let's get some more information about you, Gene. Let me know about your fantasy team, fantasy team, because I usually try to get everyone to talk about their fantasy team.
I'm liking my fantasy team. Kind of scared on Curry because that team, Golden State Warriors, they have a whole bunch of superstars.
Yeah.
So there's weeks where he doesn't feel like a first rounder to me, or a second rounder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got him early second rounder. Was it
Curry?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Curry was not a first.
Yeah, because I got LeBron James first, and then Curry right after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm loving Paul George. I think he's like one of my favorite basketball player right now in the current NBA.
Yeah. Well, because he's dominating right now. The OKC, it fits him so well. That's why.
Mm-hmm. And it's glad to see Russell Westbrook like taking a back step. He doesn't have to do everything.
Yeah. Which it's bad for fantasy though.
He's still dropping numbers though.
Still, yeah. To go on that, I was talking to Lung about it. I think it's kind of a repeat of Russell Westbrook and KD, you know, because there's nobody on that team that's willing to like take over or try to improve that team, because when KD was on the team, everyone gave him the ball or Westbrook the ball. So, and that's what's happening now. Because if you look at the numbers, like, come on, Paul George is great. Dude, 46 points, like 10 rebounds, 15 assists, something like that, you know? Then you got Westbrook doing another triple-double himself during the same game. And then you look at the rest of the team, it's like nothing. Yeah. There's like nothing. Like, fantasy-wise, it's terrible to pick up anybody on the Thunder besides those two. And that kind of sucks. Because when you need that bench player, there's nobody on that team to pick up a bench.
And that's why I trade away Steven Adams. I drafted him. Yeah, and I traded him and who's the other guy? It was the second guy. Oh, Aaron Gordon.
Oh yeah, Aaron Gordon.
To Lung for Donovan Mitchell. Which I don't know, it feels good to me because Aaron Gordon and Steven Adams, they have their ups, but they also have their downs. They're not consistent. So I'm looking for that consistent guy so that I can use for the playoffs. Yeah. And Donovan Mitchell, he's bringing it back. He's becoming that player like he was last year.
he went around. He started with me and Lung and you.
Yeah. I tried to buy him low, which I did. He's coming back again. He's doing well.
I'm surprised Lung made that trade though.
Yeah.
He didn't need Steven Adams or Aaron Gordon.
No, he doesn't. But I heard him the other day. I was like, "Hey, who do you want for Steven Adams?" He's like, "Oh, Steven Adams. Okay, let me think."
He's all crack, man.
I think he likes Steven Adams.
Damn, Lung.
So I took that as an advantage. I'm like, okay, this guy likes Steven Adams.
Yeah, I saw the trade and I was like, it's it's so hard to judge because when you throw a 2-for-1 player,
Yeah.
it's like, God damn, he's throwing 2-for-1. That's what happened, and I was like, and Donovan Mitchell hasn't been really performing this year, his sophomore year, and he's starting to pick up. He is starting to pick up, which is good because playoffs is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, it was a good trade, and I just let it go. I was like, it's fair enough for me,
Yeah.
And no one else voted on it, so.
And I'm going against him. Well, maybe I'm going against him the first week of playoffs.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that backfires or not.
Look, if I can beat Timmy the first round, oh God! But him and Lung, man, they get a lot of points.
They do, yeah.
Because like me and you, we were getting points, but then we had some inconsistency, as in there were some low games. Like you just couldn't beat me this year.
Yeah, I haven't beat you.
Yeah.
I faced you 3 times, I think.
Yeah, you just couldn't beat me for something. Just that week.
It was
Every
that
time
week. All of a sudden, it's like, nope, you suck this team.
Yeah, and that happens. And for like Timmy and Lung, they haven't had that.
No, they're consistent.
Yeah, they're so consistent. Like they're in the high 900s.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to freaking beat that. I'm like, damn, man, why is this so hard? I was like, sometimes I just don't even try. I'm like, whatever, I'll deal with it in the playoffs. So.
Yeah. I felt really good when I scored 1 week 1,098. I was like, damn, I scored the highest in the season.
Yeah.
And then in the following 3-4 weeks, it's like low.
Yeah, it happened because then I broke 1,000. Timmy broke. So me, you, and Timmy broke 1,000, and then I don't know who did it after that.
Lung did it too.
Lung did it, yeah. And then
Tino
broke 1,000.
Yeah.
Tino broke 1,000.
Tino has a good team. He just doesn't use the waiver wire.
Yeah. He didn't. He didn't all year. He didn't. Trying to save that money because Christine be getting mad at him. I'm like, God damn, man. I was like, damn, man. It just sucks. I was like, Christine's watching your wallet, man.
Yeah.
Better be careful.
I guess you gotta make waiver wire 0 for him next year.
What's funny, they're both gonna be listening to this.
Oh, they.
And I guarantee you, right when they hear this part, they're gonna text me. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm not sorry. Oh man. But yeah, some people don't want to do waiver wires, which Tino didn't. It almost worked out for him because he was behind me and you.
Yeah.
He was fighting for the last playoff spot, but the thing is, he needed to win 3-4 games in a row. If he lost any of those games, he would have been out. Which that's what happened. He got out.
Yeah, he lost to John.
Yeah, he lost to John. It's rough because All-Star Week it counts as 2 weeks. So 1 week is 2 weeks. So it's 60 games. So it's rough. It's really hard to play that week.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a toss-up. It was funny. We're the only ones that didn't break 1,000 either.
Yeah.
And we had 60 games to do it because we were trying to lose on purpose.
Yeah. Which next year, I think, if we're facing the same person for that 2 weeks, we could still make it 30 games.
Yeah, we can make it 30 games. I'm thinking about doing that just to make it fair.
Mm-hmm.
I just forgot about it, so we'll definitely fix that in our rules. So we'll definitely fix that. Man, we've been talking for a while. We're actually about to hoop soon.
Jeez, 40 minutes already. I didn't think it'll last over 20 minutes. Because you're talking most of the time.
Dude, it's surprisingly, man. If you talk, well, that's the difference though. I can talk for hours, man.
Yeah.
You already know anybody, especially when it comes to basketball and just anything with sports. I can just talk for hours. But yeah, let's pretty much starting to close this out. Actually, probably like another 15 minutes. But so do you think last year's problems did improve this year?
I think so. Yeah. Everyone's more enjoying. I personally enjoyed this year.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed this year too.
Yo, we gotta pause this.
What?
I need to pee.
No, dude.
I need to pee.
No, we're almost done, man.
I have a pee problem, man. Dude. It's like I go from 0 to 100 right away.
You better hold that shit.
I'm trying. I'm shaking my legs.
Podcast, man. Better hold that.
You're gonna take this out of the podcast, right? You're gonna edit this out?
No. Keep this. This is raw footage. This is raw footage.
I'm gonna start screaming and running out right now.
All right. So yeah. So you think it did improve a lot?
I don't know about lots, but it's still good. So I don't have any problems this year.
Yeah.
I'm more relaxed. The only problem was that $5 waiver fee. That's because I use the waiver wire a lot.
Yeah.
But I take it as it is. I like taking a challenge. Whatever rules you bring up, I'll take and try to win with those rules. So that's me. I'm very competitive.
You know what I'm thinking about doing next year?
I'm doing next year. That was all me talking shit and pretending.
we got to get
canceled. You took away my 1,000 point. So I was just
we got to talk about this. So So he got the name Twitter Fingers from me. He got the name Twitter Fingers from me because I actually heard that nickname on one of Drake's song. He says I think he calls Tyga. He's like talking about his Twitter fingers. I don't know, I forgot. Drake said Twitter Fingers and it always stuck with me, and I was like, who that nickname is so unique. Like somebody that uses their fingers to talk shit. And that's what Gene did. On our smack talking board, Gene was running his mouth, and so I was like, all right. I was like, this guy in person does not talk any crap. None of it in person. He's actually really shy and quiet.
And nice.
He's not, he's okay. But, and so I was like, all right, this guy wants to run his mouth online. I was like, I'll do it too. And we kept on going back and forth, and it got to the point where I was like, all right, I gotta call this guy out in person. And some people thought it was getting serious, which, it's just me. Like, I just like to, when I run my mouth, I like to be on top. I gotta win, you know? As a joke, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take his score. So, when he reached 1,000 points and he won that week against my cousin, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give him a score 0. So, to keep him in check and see what he does. And so it kept him at bay, and it was a joke. Like, I gave his point backs, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then I kept, during the conversation, I kept on calling him Twitter Fingers. And I was like, come on, Gene. I was like, to see you run your mouth in person against everybody. I was like, stop using your Twitter Fingers. I was like, come on, Twitter Fingers. And then he pretty much adapted the name Twitter Fingers, and that's what we all know him as, Twitter Fingers.
Yeah, I like the name a lot. Which I do use Twitters too. I use Twitter a lot for my sports and stuff, just to keep update. Because you guys watch the basketball. You guys know what's happening. And since I don't watch the game a lot, I depend on the news. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on the ESPN app, so you know me. Like, if I'm not watching the game, I'm already on the highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how we got his name, Twitter Fingers. It's a funny nickname, man. He uses those fingers too much for Twitter and online stuff.
Online stuff.
You're trying so hard to hold in your pee.
I'm trying not to think about it, man. Don't bring it up.
Oh man, dude. And we've been going on for a while too. This conversation's been on for a long time. It's crazy how when you can talk to somebody and it just goes on forever. Yeah, let's start closing this out though. I mean, so you pretty much said those problems were fixed. You know, it did get better. We're definitely gonna add some more rules. Hopefully, it makes the league even better from this year, for next year, that is. And one of the rules I just want to talk to you about was I wanted to add a home court.
Ooh, home court advantage?
Yes, home court advantage. So, in fantasy, there's, for some reason, it says like, you're playing away or you're playing at home. And I didn't know about that until I started reading up on it. Apparently, there is a home court advantage. So, during the season, you play a certain amount of games at home, and then a certain amount of games you play away, obviously. It doesn't really do anything with our league because we don't have a home court advantage. And so what the home court advantage is that when you play home, you have points ready. So you can have 1 through 10, I think, or I think you can go more. So what I was thinking about adding is that anytime you play home, you already have 10 points before the week starts.
That's just,
so like me and you have a matchup, right? And then I'm playing home, you're technically playing away because it says Peter, or like it says Gene at Peter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so before when Monday starts, it says I have 10 points already. So you're down 10 points.
So I'm the underdog.
Yeah. So
I like being the underdog.
So which I think it might be kind of fun, but I don't know. We're gonna talk to the guys.
Yeah.
Towards the end of this month, when the league's over, I gotta get everyone together. We're just gonna talk about it. But I think that'd be kind of fun. It does create a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a great idea because everyone will have the same amount of home games, amount of away games. So
it'll feel more like the NBA. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. Is the fantasy is you're trying to be like what's happening in the NBA. Yeah. That's
the plan. That's the plan. Just make it like that. But yeah, that's a rule I definitely want to add to. So hopefully, we'll see what the guys say. I think it'd be a great idea. It'll make it a lot of fun because. I mean, we're all friends, you know. We're all friends at the end of the day, and that's the problem too with money. When there's money involved, it does change an aspect. But for me, it doesn't change. It doesn't really change at all because I'm not really worried about losing $100 to a friend to something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But some people are, because that is a lot of money to some people. $100 is a lot though to play a game.
Yeah.
To play a game, and well, it is 20 weeks though. It is a lot for certain people, and I definitely try to compromise and make it fair, because I have to put myself in their shoes. As in, example, who is it? Like, let's just start a name, like my cousin T. He doesn't want to spend a lot of money because he doesn't like to spend a lot of money. So by him doing $100 is a lot for him, and then by putting $5 per waiver is a lot, and he's trying to not do that. He's playing his team the way it is, as in how he drafted it. And like, I gotta try to make it fair as possible for him and for you, because you like to pick up players.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, if I give Gene a disadvantage, I gotta give you a disadvantage. Or if I give you an advantage, I gotta give Gene an advantage, stuff like that. And the advantage was by adding, I was like, okay, if people don't want to do a lot of waivers, I'll just give the bench a little bit more. As in, I added 3 more players with the IR, and then it helped out. So, yeah. Yeah, we've been talking for a while, man. All right, man. So, yeah, I think we should, let's end this here, and let's go hoop, man. I need to shoot around.
I need to get out of this car so I can move around, not pee.
Dude, he's squirming right now. and if you are a friend of mine, you know how I am.
You're fucked up.
I like to make people suffer for my own pleasure. You got any last words you want to say to our 14 fans now?
Woo. Is that all of our friends?
Dude, I don't even think so. I don't even think all of our friends listen to it. No one talks about the podcast. I already got a lot of haters, like Jason, Mexican Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a freaking hater, man. Like, screw him. Everyone knows who he is. He's a hater. He's just jealous. But yeah, any last words you want to say?
I enjoy being this podcast, and I can't wait to come back and talk some more stuff. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I hope you get to the point where, everyone knows who you are, actually. Get really popular with the podcast so you can continue this. And yeah, let's keep talking about basketball next time.
All right, you heard it. He's down to do another episode.
Hell yeah.
He's down, and I'm going to mark that. And yeah, like I said, definitely try to release an episode once a week. Shit takes forever. I try not to swear, but for some reason, every time I'm around you, I just want to swear. But yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for listening. All right, this is Fadeaway.